So even more leaks came out for Year 2 Volume 11, as well as what practically might just be a confirmed ending of Classroom of the Elite. Make sure you watch this video all the way to the end so you don't miss out on any of the spoilers. So getting right into it, the first we'll go over all the leaks from the author and illustrator, aka Kinyugasa and Tomose. They basically said in the interview that they like writing and drawing physical fights, so we'll probably see more in the future. And this is huge, guys. For all you people who love to see Ayano Koji beat people up, you're getting exactly what you want in the near future. Tomose also said he wants to draw Ayano Koji throwing a kick, and to be honest, I'm absolutely hyped for it. There has never been an illustration of Ayano Koji throwing a kick in all of the history of the light novel, so that will be amazing to see for the first time. Now for the next leak of what was said in the interview is we basically get confirmation that Kiryun could be in the story after graduation. Now this is huge because not only could we end up seeing Kiryun again when we all thought we'd probably never see her, but as well as us now knowing that the story could literally continue after Ayano Koji graduates from his class. Now the story continuing even after graduation is probably one of my favorite things said in the interview, and it makes me very interested for what Kinyugasa is going to take the story to. Now this idea was hinted at not once but twice in the interview where Kinyugasa said there could be a post-graduation arc. Now instead of advanced nurturing high school after graduation, do you guys think we could be seeing advanced nurturing college? If so, that would be absolutely crazy and unexpected. But anyways, on to the next COTE spoilers. So for this one, Kinyugasa basically said that we might have a quote-unquote route where Chabashira is the last heroine. Now not gonna lie, this would be crazy, but how the hell would they even pull that off? Now I don't exactly know what they mean by last heroine, but if they're implying that Ayano Koji will marry Chabashira, that is completely unfathomable, bro. One interesting thing to note here is that they said the word route, and to me that seems to imply that there will be multiple futures where Koji ends up doing different things and there will be different possible endings of the story. Like for example, there could be a route where Chabashira marries Koji and another route where Arisu marries Koji. Same with Kei, Ichinose, Hiori, and Kushida. Now if that happens, that would be so fire. Kinyugasa would basically be pleasing every one of the fans who want their favorite Classroom of the Elite girl to end up with Ayano Koji in the end. But on to the next leaks of the interview, we get confirmation that Kei's part in the story is basically over. Sorry Kei fans, but you're cooked. Now the story is gonna mainly focus on Ichinose and Saki Inagi, and another leak says a major character will get expelled. Now if you guys didn't put 1 and 2 together with those leaks, it's quite obvious that Kei will be the major character that gets expelled. Now for one, if the story is gonna focus on Ichinose and Saki Inagi, then they have to get Kei out of the picture, because as we've seen in the recent volumes, Kei being Ayano Koji's girlfriend heavily limits what he can say and do in front of other girls. Like for example, every time Ichinose had to meet Ayano Koji in the recent volumes, she had to either do it without anyone knowing or make it so the situation seemed normal and understandable. Like for when she decided to take selfies with everyone, even guys, just so it wouldn't look weird if she were to take a photo with Ayano Koji, because she did it with everyone. Now another thing in the interview that heavily hints at the idea that Kei will be expelled is that it said, and I quote, that Saki Inagi will have a happy development in the next story. Now this could be in reference to her defeating Ruin in a special exam, but I think it's more likely that it's referring to something involving romance with Ayano Koji, considering what would be so happy about her beating Ruin. Saki Inagi has been at the top of the highest class since they came to the school, and her beating Ruin to me just doesn't seem like something she would be that crazy happy about. But on the other hand, Arisu literally confessed to Ayano Koji in Year 2 Volume 9.5 that she's in love with him, and Koji accepting her feelings to me seems like one of the few things Saki Inagi would actually be happy about. And if that happens, then Kei either has to be expelled or just broken up with. Now the leaks I'm about to go on to might be disappointing to some of you who are Hiori fans, but basically Kinyugasa says that it's hard to write Hiori's character. Now this could mean that she won't be in much volumes in the future, or that she might get more showings so Kinyu could get better at writing her character. Now that I went over all the main leaks from the interview, I'm gonna display everything that was said in the leaks right about now on the screen, so you guys can go ahead and take your screenshots and review it directly yourself. The ones from the interview came from a YouTuber named Bright Red, which I trust as a reliable source to get information from. The link to his channel will be in the description, so go sub to him. But now that we got that all out the way, I can briefly review the leaks from volume 10.75. Now basically what the leaks were were a few pages of Amikura, Ayana Koji, and Ichinose at the gym, where essentially Ichinose leaves for a moment and Amikura just reminds him not to break her heart. Now, I don't want to talk too much about what the leak specifically said because they were a bit uneventful, other than one thing that caught my eye, which basically was that Ayana Koji said, and I quote, "Ichinose Hanami, she will undoubtedly bring a lot more to my school life." Now, based off what's said here, do you guys think that this implies Ayana Koji took interest in Ichinose? If so, then if Ichinose makes Ayana Koji's school life interesting, it could be possible that Ayana Koji could work to preserve her existence at the school by maybe switching classes, going all out, and destroying Saki and Nagi in a direct class battle. I mean, regardless of the implications that Ayana Koji might end up dating Saki and Nagi, in 9.5 when she confessed to him, she says directly that she wants to bring out his emotions by defeating him. So hypothetically, Ayana Koji could actually date Saki and Nagi and she'd probably still want to crush his class. I mean, it is stated verbatim that Ayana Koji will eventually leave Horikita's class and she'll eventually understand why he did that. I'm honestly unclear on who Ayana Koji is actually gonna date, considering that Horikita also is a person who made Ayana Koji smile. That's something that Arisu, Kei, Hiori, Ichinose, none of them could actually pull off. And Ayana Koji actually questions this same thing. Why was Horikita the one to make me smile? And honestly, that's a good question, and I think that might be some foreshadowing that Horikita is a person who Ayana Koji can actually be himself around. His words in that moment where he found it strangely funny to be on the same wavelength. So he was basically on the same wavelength as Horikita. But I wanted to talk more about Kei's expulsion. To be honest, it just makes sense. Ayana Koji foreshadowed many times in the past that Kei would be the one to be expelled. I mean, when Nagamo threatened to expel Kei, what did Ayana Koji say? He basically said, "Go ahead, you'll make the cleanup easier for me." As if Ayana Koji has been planning to break up with Kei all along. So it's clear that eliminating Kei's existence is just necessary for the story to progress and also has been foreshadowed for a very long time. Now, what I'm about to say is a prediction, but I honestly feel like it's gonna come true just because of the evidence for it. So as of volume 9 and 9.5, we know Hosen has a crush on Ichinose, and we also know that Hosen does not like Ayana Koji due to the incident of him embarrassing him by overpowering him when he had a knife. And since that's the case, if Hosen finds out that Ichinose likes Ayana Koji, he might actually go on a blind rage and try to attack Ayana Koji, and we might get a part 2 of their fight. If that happens, that would be absolutely crazy, to be honest, and it makes sense. I mean, in the island exam, Hosen tried to go after Ayana Koji to fight him. Now imagine from Hosen's perspective, this dude overpowered you, outsmarted you, and also took your girl. Me personally, I wouldn't let that slide. But who knows, Hosen might just. I mean, even though he doesn't seem of the personality to let things slide. But I think it's likely we'll get that fight in the future. Now, for all this talk about, you know, him staying or leaving Kei, him dating Ichinose in the future, or maybe ending up with Saki and Nagi, there's one person that, you know, we haven't actually talked about, and that's Hiori. And to be honest, I think it's actually implied Hiori might have a chance to get with Ayana Koji. I mean, Kamuro quite literally says that the tension or like the vibe that she gets when she's around the two of them or sees the two of them hanging out is just out of the ordinary, and that they don't have a normal relationship. And Ayana Koji actually agrees with Kamuro. He doesn't believe that he has a normal relationship with Hiori. Matter of fact, he goes on to say that out of all the girls, Hiori's one of them who he actually has highly evaluated. Ayana Koji goes on to list all of Hiori's good qualities, the fact that she's knowledgeable, she isn't talkative, and she shares reading hobbies with him. And he says that Hiori is one of the few people that he could actually connect with, as well as Koji confirming that he has a suspicion that Hiori feels the same about him. And to be honest, based off of him listing all her good qualities, I've never read Ayana Koji saying that about any other girl other than Hiori. So maybe that's a strong implication that Hiori actually has a chance at ending up with Ayana Koji. Now, honestly, I could talk about Kushida, but I think I want to save that for another video. because Kushida has a lot to her and I don't want to make this video, you know, too long. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications so you know when I upload. If more leaks come out, I'll be sure to update you guys. And make sure you drop a comment. Let me know your predictions on what the next volumes will be, the future of COTE, the ending, or maybe what the graduation arcs would look like. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace.